Hi everyone, so I'm going to be doing kind of like an update type video. Am I too close? I don't know. The last video I think I uploaded was my February favorites. Here comes the whistling as it does. All the time. But I felt like I was fairly brief. So I wanted to, A, go into more detail, B, kind of explain why, what I've been up to, what I've been doing, being busy really is what it comes down to, and just kind of give an update on some products that I didn't necessarily talk about to their full capacity. And also share with you some new things. So this is kind of like an early March products video, and it's going too low. Yeah, so this has been some upkeep. Actually, not really. I used NARS Pro Prime, so it's been no problem. But let's talk about cleansers. I've just been really into getting cleansers this month. I built a little box for them, which I posted about on Instagram, which is the main thing that I want to talk about, is follow me on Instagram. I don't like doing that sort of shameless promotion, but it's much easier for me to keep up with you guys on Instagram because it's kind of like immediate post and immediate response, and it doesn't take as long to take a picture, edit it, and upload it, whereas it takes time to sit down, film a video, and I just don't have the time or necessarily the availability to do it, because it's like when I'm not working, I'm in school, and then any off time I have. Let's go to Instagram now. Built a little box for my cleansers. The reason I haven't been able to upload as much is I've been busy. I have class Monday through Wednesday. I only have one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday, so I technically have the rest of Tuesday to get stuff done, and then I have the morning on Wednesdays to do it. But then most of the time I have class Monday through Wednesday, then I work Thursday through Sunday, 12 to 6, and by the time I get up, go to the gym, go eat breakfast, get ready, go to work, and then I get back home, it's either like 7 o'clock, and then I have to eat, and then it's like I'm tired and I have homework to do. So yeah, Instagram is where I've been posting a lot. I'm definitely going to upload as much as I can. I usually film in sessions, if you will, so hour-long sessions where I just do nothing but film and talk about stuff, but then that's tiring as well. So right, so let's talk about stuff that I talked about in the last video and that I have acquired recently that I want to give a mention to. So, cleansers from Sunday Riley. So you can see that these bottles are not very big. Like, my hands are kind of big man hands, of course, but I can hold this in my palm, like in one hand like this. I'm sure everyone can, but it's not a very big bottle if you have big man hands like I do. But in general, they're only 4.2 ounces, which is not very much for a cleanser. Typically, cleanser tends to be around 5 ounces. So you're getting less product, and they are quite expensive. I don't know if they're like my favorite things in the world, to be honest with you. I really love both of them. I do, but they're not the end-all be-all cleanser for me. Creme is very thin. It's almost like the texture of spoiled milk, and it smells like milk. I mean, there is lactose as the second ingredient, so of course you're going to be getting some milkiness, and they say it is with milk, but they should have called it a milk cleanser because it's not very creamy at all. In fact, I don't want to waste any, but it's very, very thin. Let's just say that. So play around with it if you can, but I'm not going to squirt any out because I want to save it. As for Creme, it's good. Dry to normal skin, I use this normally in the morning because I don't feel like I don't want to have to use a ton of product to really get it going on my face to break down makeup, even if I do it as a second cleanse. So in the morning, I just do like 2 pumps, and that's pretty much good to kind of slightly coat my face and just break everything down. For a ceramic slip, I can do about 2 pumps too. And this does lather up a little bit when you add water. So I kind of like to do this as my second cleanse because it does kind of work well and really massaging everything in. Like both of them, I'm not head over heels in love with them. I think they're both pretty unique because they are using unique ingredients. This is nice as a mask, and this is also nice as a mask. As like a cleanser and mask, so I would like do my first cleanse, put this on, and then like wash my body or wash my hair with this on just for a short amount of time, and I like it. So there's those. Expensive, $45 a piece, 4.2 ounces. I like them, but I'm not dying over them. Now this guy, on the other hand, the Earth Science Creamy Fruit Oil Cleanser, I do die for. I purchased this recently at Whole Body from Whole Foods, and you get 8 ounces, which is great. It smells exactly like apricots. I mean, there is added fragrance at the very, very last ingredient, but it smells like fresh apricots. I'm not kidding. It smells so delicious. It's just an oil-based creamy cleanser, and I really like it for as a first cleanse or a second cleanse because it breaks makeup down really well, but there is a lot of, you know, sunflower, castor, sweet almond, apricot, soybean, avocado oils in here. So it's, you know, nice for a skin treat as well. So you could do a double cleanse with this and get, you know, everything gone and everything clean and everything supple. I love this. I really do. I was very surprised that I liked this so much. Another one that I got from Whole Body is Andalou or Andalou. I'm not quite sure the pronunciation. Naturals. Fruit Stem Cell Science. It's the Apricot Probiotic Cleansing Milk. This is kind of closer to like a legitimate body lotion. Like it's like a true lotion texture. It's almost like a whipped lotion cream milk hybrid. This is nice. It smells like peaches and cream. I don't love it as much as the oil cleanser. Actually, I find it a little bit thinner and not as effective as like breaking makeup down. I don't know why they call this a fruit oil cleanser. It's definitely a cream. I like both of them. I much prefer this one though. This one's still very nice, and I do like this in the morning or as a second cleanse, but I'm just not head over heels in love with it. It is nice though, and I will use it, but I would, if I were to repurchase one, it would certainly be this. I love this. The next person we will talk about is Miss Tata Harper. Very interested that I actually purchased this, that I bought into her belief, because I am very anti 100% organic, natural, using all of those sorts of things, because I find that sometimes they contain ingredients that tend to irritate skin, especially mine. I can't use, you know, essential oils all the time. So I bought the Regenerating Cleanser, which is funny because I don't like scrubs and I don't like harsh acid-based, you know, essential oils. But I like this for whatever reason. I mean, there's not scrubby bits to where I would consider this a facial scrub. It's more like a cleanser that has a little bit of texture to it. But it's nice. It's really nice, and I'm just kind of, I want to explore her brand. I kind of like her philosophy in a weird way that, you know, like I tracked my tracking number. It turns out this was made at the end of January by someone named John, I think. And it shows you a picture of that person. It's just kind of really interesting. I mean, Lush did that, but you get to track your batch and find out exactly when it's made, which I think is pretty cool. So this is expensive, $38 for 1.7 ounces. I can understand why you have to kind of read about her brand philosophy to get it, but I mean, it's still kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Kind of intrigued by that. First Aid Beauty Face Cleanser. I just started using this recently. Not for me. It's too lathery. Just kind of doesn't really do much, I don't think. I mean, it's just like a cleanser. Like a very generic cleanser. There's no creamy oils in it, or like fatty oils and, you know, enzymes and that sort of thing, which again is not necessary in your cleanser, but it's just kind of something I'm feeling lately. So I mean, as a good basic cleanser, this could work for most people. I mean, it's not a bad cleanser, it's just not for me. Continuing with cleanser, I'm just trying all the cleansers. I've been on a cleanser kick. Ole Henriksen Pure Truth Melting Cleanser. Not as good as the Algenist. It's very similar in that it turns from a gel to an oil to a milk when you add water. Don't like this as much. It's just not as creamy. I mean, it truly is a jelly texture. It's not the worst thing in the world. It smells kind of orangey, but I've only used it actually once, so I just wasn't too impressed with it. Like, it didn't break everything down as much as I was expecting to, and I did use it as my first cleanse, so maybe as a second cleanse it's better, but I like the Algenist a bit more. I feel more supple when I use the Algenist one. So, Algenist? I don't know. Haven't used this, Bobbi Brown's Soothing Cleansing Oil, but I know it's formula-wise very, very similar to matte cleanse-off oil, so I just like having a little one. You notice this is only the 1 ounce. And this is the small size, and this Tata is the one size. If I can buy the smaller sizes, because I use so many different products, it's much more beneficial for me, because I try so many different things. I don't want to be stuck with a huge size of something that I don't love. Luckily, this is the biggest one I have, and I love it. So, what else? I was very brief about Sunday Riley Luna. I haven't used this consistently enough to really see a huge difference. I also don't have a lot of signs of aging working against me, but I still think that this is much better for me, how I'm viewing it as a preventative method. It could be fantastic for treating the skin. It truly is blue. It's a very interesting concept. It's Sunday Riley, so I automatically really love it. But yeah, this is a very interesting concept. I don't know if I'm head over heels for this yet. But I do like it. I mean, it is a wonderful oil. It's very conditioning and nourishing. There's really good oils in here, and there's the transretinoic acid, I think is what it's called. So it's fantastic. In that sense, it's very advanced technology, but I haven't seen a night and day difference like a lot of people have. Like, they put it on during the night, and then they wake up in the morning, and their skin is softer than it's ever been. I haven't had that yet, and I'm not saying I will, but I don't know, I like it, but yeah. So that's just my opinion. Again, all of this is, of course. Now, Good Genes, on the other hand, I do wake up the next day, and I feel a night and day difference. And my skin is just so soft and supple and smooth and hydrated, and texture seems to be going away with continued use, and it's just, it's fantastic. There's a lot of lactic in here, 40% I think, so it can be a bit much for people, but I love it. I love it, especially if you're dry, because it is exfoliating and hydrating at the same time, so keep that in mind. The Earth Science AB Hydroxy Acid Night Rejuvenator is quite good as well. There is some citrus extracts in here, so just keep that in mind. But the pH is listed as 3.5, I think. It is on the box, at least. And that's something that Earth Science does, that they list their pH on the product, which I think is fantastic. And at least with this, you know that it's in the correct range of pH for it to function as an acid. So I like this. I use so many different exfoliants that it's kind of hard for me to really tell if one has made a huge difference, because if you don't exfoliate and you add in an exfoliant like this, you will experience a drastic difference. But because I'm so on top of it that it's like, it takes a lot for something to make a difference the way that it seems like Good Genes does. So yeah, but I do like this. It's definitely an option if you prefer to go a little bit more of a natural route, if we can call it that. Bunch of little guys as well. Andalou Naturals, oh, did I bend the... No, I didn't. The Moroccan Beauty Oil is kind of fantastic. It's my alternative to Sunday Riley Isis, because it is rosehip based. There's also cranberry seed, which is fantastic. You don't see that in a lot of oils, and that's one of my favorite oils to use. Pretty great. Pretty nice. I mean, there's definitely a rose scent, so keep that in mind. I'm not a huge fan of the rose scent, but it is nice. It's a thinner oil. And as far as Sunday Riley Luna goes, it's not as dense as Juno, that's for sure. It's a little bit thinner, but it's not super thin the way the Estee Lauder Essence Oil is, or even this. This is quite thin and runny. So I like it. I mean, it's good. And affordable, which is great. Clinique Repairwear Sculpting Night Cream. I'm very surprised I liked this as much as I did. It was in one of the 100-point perks. You get a half an ounce, so in fact I actually ordered another small order, which was like, I think this and the Olay, just so I could get another one. So now I have a full ounce of moisturizer, which is, close to the amount you get with standard moisturizers, so that's pretty cool. I like this a lot. It's definitely a cream gel, as they say. Very, very lightweight. Sits very nicely on the skin. I did find out there's alcohol listed as like, I think, the 5th ingredient, which is a little bummy for me. But there's also oils, and it is kind of cut with glycerin and thickener and silicone, but I do smell a slight alcohol scent now that I'm smelling it. But it's a very nice lightweight cream. I mean, I can't feel any residue at all. So I mean, I have this, and I didn't pay for them, so that's why I can't be too mad, but pretty cool. The one I did pay for that I'm not super in love with is the Perricone Photoplasma SPF 30. It's just kind of a little, like, heavy. I mean, even if you use a little bit, I just found it was pretty darn heavy. Like, they could have refined the texture a bit more. I mean, it is SPF 30, which is great, but I just, every time that I've worn it, I've, like, wanted to wash my face after a few hours. And that doesn't happen for me because I love my thick, rich creams, you know? But I just wasn't a huge fan of this. I mean, I'll still use it, but maybe more for my neck? I don't know. Same thing with this Murad InvisiBlur Perfecting Shield. This is a little freebie. I'm wearing this right now underneath my foundation, which is Perfection Lumiere from Chanel. It's just like a silicone primer with SPF 30. Okay. I mean, there's like some treatment in it, but I wouldn't be too excited about it. Now, Miss Maran, Miss Josie, this Argan SPF 47. Shoot. This is incredible. It's a 47, but you cannot tell that you're wearing SPF. You feel like you just put like a light lotion on. There's no white cast at all. There's no tint to it either, which is interesting. This is really good, and it is mineral-derived SPF, zinc and titanium, which I think is great. Wow. I'm incredibly impressed by this. And I was like, I don't really buy into her line, you know, whatever. Like, you can buy argan oil from Whole Foods for way cheaper, but this is just a very well-done sunscreen, so good for her. Olay Sheer Transformation, it's good. It takes a lot for me to be impressed by a moisturizer, really. So, Algenist Retinol Firming and Lifting Serum, I used this last night. It's good. It was absorbed really quickly, so that's good. Philosophy Hope in a Jar, Renewed Hope in a Jar. I don't think I've even used this yet. Again, these are just 100-point perks, but you get 0.17 of an ounce, which is kind of cheap because Clinique is giving you a whole ½ ounce. But I didn't pay for it, so it's okay. Algenist Complete Renewal Eye Balm came in the little kit. This is half of the size of their full-size eye cream, and their full-size eye cream is $65. So this was free, and it's half of the full size of an eye cream. So if you had like 2,000 points in your beauty bank and you ordered 2 of the Algenist kits, you would get a full size of their eye cream for free. Technically, you paid $1,000 for it. But you do also get the Genius cream, which I like, and the serum, but you know, it's free basically. So yeah, this is a good eye cream. Nothing blows me out of the water. I mean, it's not like Start Over, which I'm still in love with, but it's good. Good cream too, this Genius. Then the Caudalie Premier Crew, the cream. Olay Henriksen Pure Truth Serum, 100-point perk for 1/4 of an ounce. So I have 2 of these, which is ½ an ounce, which is still a good amount of product for free. Good, very thin. I was very surprised. Normally serums are a little bit more serum-y, but this is very thin. It's almost like a toner. It does have orange essential oils in it, I think, or citrus essential oils, but it's nice. Very, very thin and absorbs quite nicely. So that's great. Sunday Riley Disrobe. I'm not sure if mine has gone off or not. There's little chunks in it. I don't know if you can see. Probably not. But every time I pump it, it like comes out with like little chunks in it. But then sometimes when I shake it up, it doesn't. See, no chunks this time, but there might be. I don't know. I don't really want to have to go back and exchange it, because I've already used a fair amount, but I think I'll just continue shaking it up. Anyway, it's a fantastic product. There's lactic in here. It's a lactic body treatment lotion. $65, so it is expensive. But, and you could do just as well, I think, with the Paula's Choice body exfoliants for much less, for a little bit more product, but it's a nice thing. I'm trying to acquire her range. So that was on my list. It's very unique, so that's great. Been loving Hourglass Veil Foundation, actually. I think this is my favorite out of all of them. I like Illusion. I did a review saying I wasn't a huge fan of it, and it's grown on me a little bit more. Not to the point where I'd be like, oh my god, I die. But this is a very nice satin finish, full coverage foundation that shears out beautifully. Has 3% Matrixyl in it, so you're getting a ton of like patented peptide technology serum in here, so it is a pretty advanced product considering it's a foundation, but it just has a beautiful finish. It looks just like skin, but you can really build up some coverage with it and keep it looking like skin, even if you do have a full foundation face on. So I use 1.5 nude. It is a touch, like it looks like it's my perfect color, but my neck, because it's so much lighter, it kind of looks a little weird, so I try to tan my neck. But it's good. I mean, I kept trying to play with the number 0, mixing it with 3.5 because they were gold enough. And this actually is kind of slightly neutral gold. Maybe even a touch pink. Yeah, I would never say that I could use this color, but in fact I do. That is my phone. Kind of peachy, but surprisingly, shit, as I drop it. Yeah, that's kind of everything. I mean, hopefully I updated you well enough. Some things that I'm gonna keep using Luna more consistently to see if I don't see a huge difference. Gonna keep expanding on Sunday Riley. I know I said I wasn't head over heels for these. This smells exactly like Bobbi Brown Beach, just so you know, like exactly to a T. That's why I use it as well, because it just is like, it's so beautiful to use. I said I wasn't in love with these, but I think if I ran out, I would repurchase them. Is that kind of weird to say? I don't know, I just really like having them. Anyway, so that is essentially it. Nothing huge that I can report that's, by the way, because I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna get questions, I'm wearing the Sleek Acid palette today. This one all over, and this one I blended it out with. This is my look, what I do a lot now, is just take these really crazy weird colors and just put them everywhere. It's kind of what I do now. So yeah, so I will talk to you guys really soon. Bye.